it sort of started when I stopped needing to ask for stage time. That's sort of when I started being like, ooh, people expect me to be good. Like I'm going to let people
Right.
down and I don't want to be bad because then maybe they only like me because they think I'm good. All these things in my head. And you start to operate motivated by fear or
Yes.
using fear as
Yes.
your compass, which
Yeah.
is so shitty because there are so many crappy things about working in comedy, but
Mhm.
one of them is the love and the fun for it. That's like what
Yeah,
pulls you in and
totally.
sticks you, you know. And so
Mhm.
it can be really scary when you start operating out of
Yeah.
fear instead of fun. It's like I'll just go get a job at the bank. Like I don't know why I'm here now if I'm always afraid of
Yeah,
fucking up.
totally. Especially because the more you do it, the more okay, so the more you do it consistently, the more you attach yourself to it as like an identity.
Yeah. Oh
And when
yeah.
you identify with it as like your worth and your being, any counter opinion to that feels like a direct attack on you. Whereas, you're starting out and it's maybe just something you're dabbling with. And so I
Mm-hmm.
think the more we do it, the more we have to be cautious of like identifying ourselves by this one thing and by what other people are thinking about us.
Mm-hmm.
But that's I think that is a prevalent thing. Like that's what we do a lot, and it comes from fear for sure.
Yeah.
I think I have a good sense of self, though, apart from what I pour myself into. Like, I think
Mm.
like when you uncover it all, there's like this self that you identify with, and I just kind of like know who that is, and everything else that I'm interested in or even do as a job is more or less just an extension of that. So I
Mm.
think when I feel that, um, then that makes me feel more connected to who I am than completely relying on my entire self-worth being determined by how successful I am at comedy or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And so that's how I'm able to kind of temper the whole like feeling like I have to identify with being a comedian. Otherwise, if someone else doesn't validate me as one, I'm gonna jump out a window.
Yeah.
Like there's just like this intrinsic like essence of myself that I find, and I find that through doing, I think, and maybe Kaylee, our girl Haley Cuoco, would maybe say that she feels that when she rides horses. It's like this, I don't know, when you feel kind of calm or like
Mm.
meditating or doing things that feel meditative. I think that even when I'm doing mindless stuff at home, I still feel very connected to myself because I'm just like
Mm.
being quiet and not running my mouth like I do on stage. And so yeah, so I think there's just like this concept of self that really helps me just feel more even keeled and isn't so like frantic to get validation constantly, which I mean that
Mm-hmm.
used to be the case, but
Mm-hmm.
you got to learn from that, I guess.
Yeah.